Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at on this beautiful planet of ours. This is Marc, the Intuitive Prospector, getting ready for another Metaphysical Mocha Monday here on Om Times Magazine. Give me a second just to get my video set up here real quick. Hope you had a great weekend. It's Monday morning, it's 8 a.m., and it's going to be time for about 30 minutes of inspiration, guidance, a little bit of meditation. So give me just a second here. Hope you can grab your coffee, grab your tea. I've got my Seattle mug today. I'm here in Seattle, Washington, the beautiful Pacific Northwest. And like I said, just trying to get the video set up here. And be in the moment. That's today's message, actually, is you are the magic in this moment. So let me just turn the video feed off here real quick. Okay. Get a drink of tea. How is everybody doing this morning? It is Monday morning, August 14th. We're a couple days into the Mercury retrograde, and going to be taking just a little bit of time to talk about the present moment, being in the present moment. Going to give you some inspirations for the week, going to give you a positive affirmation for the week, going to give you a number to pay attention for the week. Also going to give you a spirit totem animal and a stone for the week, things that you can research, things that you can get educated about, and the reason I do it is because it educates me as well. So if you want to find out more about the work that I'm doing, you can subscribe to this video on Om Times Magazine. I'm here every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. Well, at least for this month. I'll be off next month because I'll be traveling abroad, but I may try to do a live feed depending on the technology. But I'm here every Monday morning for Metaphysical Mocha Mondays, and you can subscribe to this video and you can share it out. So this is our spiritual community, this is our soul tribe, and I'm here every Monday morning. So usually giving you a message, giving you inspiration. If you want to check out the classes I'm doing, you can find more of my classes over on the Om Times Institute. The links are in the description field here. I've got a 3-course summer course on spiritual ABCs. All have discount codes. And I'm happy to announce that next Monday I'm going to be doing a free meditation on my page, Soul Adventures over on Learn It Live. And that is going to be the Great American Eclipse, A Path to Totality. It's free. I will have that up here shortly today, but you can just click on the link to register for any of my classes or to get to my weekly spiritual development group. And it's going to be a fun meditation. So real quick, let's take a second just to get into a place of just receiving, a place of inspiration. Let's create and set the intention to come together. I know some of you are putting comments in the comment section. I've turned those off for right now just so I can get to the message and the inspiration and everything I want to talk about today. If you would like to join me right after this live feed over on the Intuitive Prospector page, I'll paste the picture in here with the link to the Intuitive Prospector page. I have a live Q&A after show where it's a direct conversation with you to answer maybe a question you have on where you're at in your path, what's going on in life, possible free reading, spiritual conversations, what I like to say, a whole lot of spiritual awesomeness. So you can also find me at marclanehart.com. Just internet search the Intuitive Prospector. I'm here in Seattle, Washington, the beautiful Pacific Northwest. And you can also find me every Wisdom Wednesday over on the internet show called Inspired Living Radio with Marc and Kim. We're celebrating our 100th episode this Wednesday. We've been on the air for almost 2 years now, and it's going to be our 100th episode, so I'm very excited to announce that. We're going to be doing open phone lines, and so if you want to get involved with that, you can go over to the Facebook page, Inspired Living Radio. It's a closed community of inspired listeners all around the globe, and ask to join that community. That's where you can post your questions and we bring them live to air. We also have a live call-in line, which you can get all that information either off my page at marclanehart.com or the Facebook page, Inspired Living Radio. But we're going to open up the phone lines, and we're going to dedicate the hour to our inspired listeners that have grown with us the last 2 years. and also talk about our favorite shows and what we have upcoming for 2018 schedule, with some more amazing guests and topics in metaphysics, meditations, medicine, spirituality, mediumship, psychic sciences, you name it. So we have a lot of fun. So that's every Wisdom Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. So, got your coffee, got your tea. I've got somebody asked last week about the Vital Jewel water bottle that has crystals in it. That's what I'm drinking today. You can get that at Vital Jewel. And I've got my tea. All right, so I'll answer your questions after I get back off the live Q&A after show. I'll come back and answer your questions. So let me know where you're from. This is your spiritual community. This is what I like to call your soul tribe. And just let me know if you're a first timer, if you're returning, if you want to subscribe. And let's just get into a place of ready to receive the message for today, which is you are the magic in this moment, talking about being in the present moment. So taking a nice deep breath. And if you're watching this on the road, I recommend that you don't do this. Just get to a place that's just quiet just for the next few minutes, ready to receive, ready to learn, ready to grow, ready to transform. Taking a nice deep breath. Let your shoulders relax a little bit. Both feet on the ground. Just be in the present moment, not worrying about what's gone on in the past. Not carrying your past as a life sentence as you move forward into the present moment. Letting yesterday's thoughts go away. Planting seeds with positive thoughts today. Not worrying about what's in the future, but planting seeds right now for what you can make your future. Taking another nice deep breath. Coming into the present moment. Breathe in peace. Breathe in love. Exhale stress. Exhale worry. Taking another nice deep breath. Breathing in the present moment, the magic of this moment. Exhaling stress, fear, worry, your past, your future. Just being in the present moment for what is today. One more deep breath. You're in the present moment. You are the magic in this moment. And so it is. Awesome, guys. All right, so hopefully that's helped you just kind of get in a, we just took about a minute, it's about a minute meditation, just to get into a place of receiving, setting the intent to learn, to grow, to transform, because that's what life is all about. And today I'm talking about you are the magic in this moment. I work with a lot of clients around the world, and as a psychic medium, people want me to predict their future. And I always tell them that one of my favorite quotes, and I've got it posted here in my studio, comes from Abraham Lincoln, and it says, one of the best things about our future is that it comes one day at a time. But our thoughts don't put us here in the present moment. Our thoughts tend to put us into the past of what we didn't accomplish, what we didn't do. And I always say, why do people carry their past as a life sentence? That's something that you can let go. You can't change. You can't go back unless, I like to say my time machine is broken. Unless you have an active time machine, and if you do, you need to actually contact me so we can work together. But your time machine's broken. You can't go back into the past, and there's no guarantees for the future. All that you have right now is the present moment, and there's so much power in the present moment. And some of you may be asking, how do I get into the present moment? How do I do and experience everything Marc is talking about? Meditation. Being still, being silent, just paying attention to the things that are around you, paying attention to the small things. We're getting ready for a huge solar eclipse, the biggest one in almost 100 years. That's going to go right through the United States. And there's a lot of energy that's built up. We're in Mercury retrograde now officially, so there's a lot of planetary alignments. We just came off a huge full moon cycle, so a lot of energy before a huge eclipse and a lot of energy after. So this is a good time to really get in tune with the present moment. And I'm going to just give you some things to think about, some things to ask yourself on how you can get into this present moment and find the magic that is in the moment. The spiritual masters talk about this all the time, that there's so much joy and happiness and peace in the present moment, and when you start to let things go, that's when you truly are setting yourself free. So today's topic is you are the magic in this moment. So be with me right here, right now, in this moment, part of your soul tribe, part of your spiritual community here on Om Times Magazine. And feel free to subscribe to this video every Monday morning. I'm here giving positive affirmations, giving inspiration, and please share the page out if you can. I'm not able to see the page right now to share out, so if you could share that out, that would be fantastic. Okay, so let's talk about a few things. In Japan, when they are focused on the present moment, there's a lot of things that they talk about. One of their philosophies, and I hope that I'm pronouncing it right, I've been studying this for a little bit, it's called Ikigai. I-K-I-G-A-I, Ikigai. And it is a reason for being. And what they try to do is they try to encompass simplicity into the Japanese culture of a reason for being. So one of the questions, or four of the questions that I'll give you based on being in the present moment and moving into that peace of the present moment, that joy, that happiness. Let the past go just for a second if you can. Don't worry about the future. Let's just be right here in the present moment, because that's where the power is, that's where the magic is. And that is the power of meditation, guys. Meditation changed my life. It put me on a path to be a spiritual teacher, to be a psychic medium. I had a lot of tragedy and trauma in my life that actually started me seeking a paradigm shift, if you will, to look at something bigger than myself, and it was through the power of meditation that got me here. So there can be a lot things achieved through the power of silence and listening. It's an anagram that means the exact opposite but has the same letters. So, what do you love? What do you love in why did you wake up today? Some of you may say, I didn't want to wake up today and I want to climb back into bed. That is the physical experience. That's the human condition. That's the human travels that we're here. Is every day we're presented with something new to learn, to grow, to transform. And not every lesson is easy, but it's about learning, and that's why we're here. So what is it that you love? What can you bring into your, what the Japanese call Ikigai? What do you love? What are you good at? And some of you, for a lot of years, I didn't know what I was good at. But it's a question to start asking yourself. Look at your life. What are you good at? And you look at your present moment. What are you good at right now? What do you love right now? What does the world need right now? What can you do as a person? As you may not be a light worker. You may just be watching this. And as a light worker, one of our goals is to be in service to others, to be in service to our planet, to be in service to a higher consciousness to create good. And I can tell you right now, there's a lot of chaos in the world, and I wrote about this morning. The reason that we're going through a lot of change and chaos is it helps us identify to become something that we don't want to be, that we don't want that energy anymore. And whether it's, the chaos of the world, the violence of the world, the racism of the world, the politics of the world, the religion of the world, it's identifying, bringing it into our reality so we can see it and say, we don't want that. We want something bigger, that's better, that's more happy, that brings happiness, it brings peace, it brings joy, brings simplicity into our life. And that's being in the present moment. So your positive affirmation for this week, and I try to give you a positive affirmation every week to focus in on, is observe, don't react. Don't react through social media, don't react to the media, just observe. Part of being in the moment, the magic that's in the moment, is stepping outside of your ego body. And the ego, I've named mine, is called Igor. The ego body wants to have opinions, judgment, control things, being control of outcomes. Step outside of that body for this week if you can, and just have your positive affirmation, your mantra, your reminder be observe, don't react, and observe your surroundings, observe society, observe your external conditions in the human experience, and try not to react to that, and just see where that takes you, because by not reacting and being the observer body, you're being in that present moment of how, you may not like that, what's going on, and it may rub you the wrong way. That's fine, acknowledge that, but it's being in the present moment that you're acknowledging that current situation real time as it happens, and that's the magic in the moment. And again, ask yourself the question, what do you love? What are you good at? What does the world need? and in the present moment, what can you get paid for? So that is the philosophies of what the Japanese culture calls Ikigai, and it really means a reason for being. What is your reason for being? And again, most people lose themselves because they're in the past or they're in the future, and they're not in the present moment. And again, no guarantees for the future for any of us, and nothing we can do for the past unless your time machine is working. Mine is currently broken, to go back and change those. And if you just look up the word Ikigai, that's just one of many cultures that talk about living a simple life, a reason for getting up in the morning. What is your reason for getting up in the morning? And some of you may know and be living an inspired life, being inspired, inspiring others. I get up because I love to do this work. I love to interact with all the spiritual prospectors all around the world, whether it's through this platform on Om Times Magazine, through my teaching classes, through the Om Times Institute, whether it's my radio show, whether it's writing for my newsletter, or Om Times Magazine. That's why I get up in the morning, because I want to make a difference in the world. So ask yourself, what is your reason for getting up in the morning? What is your Ikigai? Another philosophy that I love is in Costa Rica. In the Spanish reference, they talk about the pura vida. So it's simply a greeting. If you're down in Costa Rica, or in Spanish, if you're in Mexico, they may say pura vida, which means the pure life, simplicity, and usually that is found in the present moment. So what are you doing in the present moment to have either a life that is a pure life, a simple life, or what are you doing to get up in the morning to have a reason for being? And only you can answer that. So that's just this morning's message about you are the magic in this moment. Finding what makes you happy. What is it that you love? And if you don't know what you love, start prospecting for what is out there. There's a lot of things that you can do. And again, we're the only species that pays to live here, and everything's wrapped up in money. So if you're going to get paid to do what you love, that really is the secret of life. So again, you are the magic in the moment. What do you love? What are you good at? What does the world need? And how can you get paid to do what you love? So that's being in the present moment. You are the magic in the moment. This is where your peace and joy and happiness is. Not anything in the past, not anything in the future. So I just wanted to give you that for today. And I want to give you a few messages as well. The spirit totem animal for this week is the turkey. So if you're seeing the turkey, whether it's on TV or if you actually see a turkey, the turkey is all about focusing on your needs and the greater needs of the whole. And again, what I was saying earlier, what does the world need? So if you see the turkey, it's telling you that it is time to come together for community, for your family, for the world. It's also letting you know that you're about to receive a gift of some sort. It could be a material gift, it could be a spiritual gift, it could be an intellectual gift. Heck, it could be, even just winning the lottery. But it's a simple gift, and it's talking about transcending the focus of your own needs to consider the greater needs of the whole. And there's no better time than right now, guys. With the, I've been on this planet, I've gone around the sun 45 years, and I have not seen this much chaos rise so quickly everywhere, not just here in the United States, but worldwide. So this is a time to really observe and don't react to what's going on. Get in the present moment. Don't worry about the future. The past is yesterday. Get rid of those thoughts of yesterday and start moving positive thoughts into today. And again, the positive affirmation is observe, don't react. Because usually an action causes a reaction. And if you're observing, there's nothing to react to. And being in the observer body versus the ego body is going to help with your peace as well. And you want to protect your peace. And where is your peace? It's in the present moment. You are the magic in this moment. So the stone for this week to help you on your journey is called phenacite, and it's spelled Phenacite. Phenacite is the color, and I'll put pictures in here. Usually after the video, I post pictures of the number, of the totem animal spirit, and of the stone that I'm talking about this week. So I'll put those links in as well. And I guess I need to also put in the link for my after show. So let me get those in there. Or if somebody could be so kind to post in a link to the Intuitive Prospector page right after this show, will be the live Q&A for 30 minutes over on the Intuitive Prospector page. And I can only go for about 30 minutes today because I actually have a live interview on a radio show at 10 o'clock this morning talking about that love never dies. So that would be awesome. If not, I will paste that in. But the stone this week is phenacite. The color is, it's a tinted yellow type of stone. I didn't have one in my collection, so maybe I need to pick one up. But it can be yellow, it can be red, it can be pink, it can be brown. It's the appearance is, it's a glassy quartz-like small crystal. Its rarity is, it's fairly rare, so it's a little bit more expensive. And again, it's called phenacite. Its source comes from Zimbabwe, Russia, Colorado, or Brazil. And the attributes of phenacite, when I was looking through stones to talk about for today's show, it's the highest crystal vibrations yet discovered. I know that moldavite also has a very high vibration energy for the third eye chakra, but it contacts personal consciousness of a high frequency, enabling information from space to be translated to the earth, and it also contacts the angelic realms and the ascended masters. So if you're really looking to get into contact with higher consciousness yourself, then the phenacite stone will be a stone that you'll want to meditate with. Again, it's a very rare stone, but it has very high vibrations, and it gets you whatever your belief systems are, whether it's an angelic realm, whether it's spirit guides, whether it's spirit masters, whether it's working with those on the other side, or you may not have any of those beliefs, that's fine, but try meditating with this stone, phenacite, just to see what it can open up for you because it has such a high vibration. The healing level, it's a purification stone, so it purifies the body. So if you want to get in the present moment, great stone to use is phenacite. The number for today is number 26, which is a number 8, which is an infinity number. But the 26, when I pulled that card this morning, it's about love partnerships. So pay attention this week, especially in Mercury retrograde, that the 26 number, which is also 8, 2 plus 6 equals 8 in numerology. So pay attention to the 8 or the 26. If that number keeps popping up for you, that's just a reminder to pay attention to your love partnerships, because they could be a little strained this week, they could be a little challenging this week, and that's also part of the power of Mercury retrograde, because Mercury retrograde impacts not only technology, and I've seen this because I work in tech, it impacts technology, but it also impacts our communications, it impacts our patience, our emotional body, our mental body, and our spiritual body. And this is going to go for the next few weeks, so it's going to go until September 5th, retrograde or end. And as we go through retrograde and your love partnership this week, being mindful, pay attention to the energy as we build up, because this week we're going to go into the energy of building up for a huge solar eclipse, which are calling the Great American Solar Eclipse. And I'll be doing a meditation next Monday on the 21st. It's going to actually take place on the day of the solar eclipse. I'll actually have the class over on the Om Times Institute Learn It Live platform. It's called the Great American Eclipse Meditation, A Path to Totality, where we're going to actually sit and actually harness the energy of the solar eclipse and get in the present moment. So speaking about being in the present moment, what better way to do that than to have a free meditation? It's free, not charging for this, but come join me. It'll be a live class in the morning. I believe I have it set at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so that's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be happening when the solar eclipse actually starts to happen. It's actually going to start in Oregon, I believe, at 9:04 a.m., and it's actually going to cut right through the middle of the United States. So it's called the Path of Totality. So I figured, why not do a nice meditation right after Metaphysical Mocha Mondays with me, and then I'll have that live platform. I'll record it as well, so you can get all of my classes on demand anytime that you like. And let's see here. Let me just get the link for you here. I'm going to paste it in so you can join me for the live Q&A after show. What time do we have here? Got about 3 minutes. So again, just to recap, Phenocite is your stone for this week. The number 26, which is love partnership. And paying attention to the number 26, and also paying attention to the number 8, which 26 is the 8. Your spirit totem animal for this week is the turkey, so it's about becoming conscious of something bigger than yourself. And last but not least, your positive affirmation for this week is just a reminder to observe, don't react. Step into the observer body of what's going on in the world, especially with all the chaos, especially with all of the drama, the trauma, and just pay attention to how you feel in that present moment, because today's message is you are the magic in this moment. When you step into the present moment, that's where you find your peace, that's where you find your joy, that's where you find your happiness. And I'm going to just end with that. Hope that you have a great week. Be inspired, inspire others, be kind, be caring, be compassionate. That's what the world needs. That's what your local community needs. And I just want to thank you. Again, I'll put the link here in just a second. I'm trying to drive and navigate. But I'm going to head over to the Intuitive Prospector page on Facebook for a live Q&A after show. So if you asked a question here, awesome. I'll do my best to come back and answer it. But if I don't get to it, if you want to head over to the Intuitive Prospector page right now, I'm putting the link in. Here it comes. Hopefully I did this right. There it is. Okay. So the link is right in the, I just put it in the description field. And you can join me over there. Ask your questions. Get a free reading. Maybe pull a card for you. But again, find your Ikigai, which the Japanese talk about as the pure, simple life. Why do you get up? What's your reason for being? And also Pura Vida, which in Spanish means the simple, pure life, and is a greeting that they use all the time. So I'm going to head over to the Intuitive Prospector page. You can catch me this Wisdom Wednesday also at 12 p.m. Pacific. 3 p.m. Eastern over on Inspired Living Radio. Join our Facebook page. Ask your question. We have live call-in lines here in the United States. And if you're outside the United States, you can call in with, or you can post your question on our Facebook page. It's our 100th episode of Inspired Living Radio. Whole hours dedicated to our inspired listening community all around the world, talking about our favorite shows, our experiences, taking your questions, spiritual conversations, and just have a great week, everybody. Again, what do you love? What are you good at? What does the world need, and what can you get paid for? Ask yourself those questions, move into the present moment, set down the past, don't worry about the future. Like I said, Abraham Lincoln said one of the best things about the future is that it comes one day at a time, and be in the present moment, because that's where your peace, joy, and happiness resides, because it's the magic. You are the magic in this moment. Have a great week, everyone. Namaste.